Hi, everyone. Pastor Galen, lead pastor at Shine Hills Church. Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. We hope that these podcasts will be a real encouragement to you on your spiritual journey. You can also connect with Shine Hills at shinehills.org. Hope you enjoy the program.
We are across the street and around the world. Shine Hills.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. It's been a while since we've been together, Nathan.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I lost my voice.
I hear that.
Got it back again. It's coming back. And so I'm just going to have you, I'm going to tee it up and you're going to have to hit these, hit it out of the park here. So, so we wanted to have kind of a meeting, kind of an emergency, if you want to call it that, because this Monday, you in your website, I think the Wyoming Family, it said Super Bowl of school board meetings.
That's right.
Tell us about the Super Bowl of a school board meeting.
Well, I picked that term just to try to help people understand the nature.
Well, it got my attention.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I like football too. Part of it is for a year, our school board has been working on a book policy.
Yeah.
And all of that will come to fruition on December the 4th.
They will take a vote that night.
Yeah. And they've been working hard on this.
Yeah.
They also put out a time for commentary from the public. And what had happened is a lot of individuals who are for allowing pornography into school libraries, they were kind of set up to, dump a lot of comments into the system, even though we know that that is not the most popular position in this city.
Yeah,
they have dumped a lot of commentary into the system. So what we want to do is get a lot of people.
So does that mean a few people are just sending a lot of texts and emails supporting it?
They're probably unique individuals.
Okay.
It's just that they're very, very organized. And that's one of the things too, for a lot of us who are of a more conservative persuasion, we are usually engaged in a lot of other things, other than just focusing on a school.
For sure.
But we do know that statewide and other places, this is something that is considered the number one most important issue in Wyoming. Yeah. And most people are very tired of this literature in where it's accessible by children.
Well, and it's bigger than that. The nation, everyone's talking about it. Whether if it's the top end of everybody's agenda or not, this is a big one.
Yeah.
So can you tee it up just a little bit for us on what's at stake here? The opt-in, opt-out. I'm assuming that's
right.
What's at stake here? Can you just real briefly remind everybody what that means?
So the current system is an opt-out policy. And one of the things that has been pointed out about the opt-out policy is most of the people who are on the wrong side of that don't want the opt-out policy. And so there's a lot of people saying, oh no, the current system is working just fine, but there's a reason why there's been so much discomfort with the current system. So what has been offered is something that I think has been very carefully put together by the current school board. And you have the opportunity to opt in. You can opt in partially. Or you can opt out if you want. There's a lot of different opportunity, but what it does is it empowers parents to make that decision.
Yeah, I think that's the brilliance. Actually, I've talked to a few school board members and I just said, man, this is brilliant. You've given the power back to the parent to make that decision.
That's right.
And it's actually makes the parent engage. It's like, okay, what am I opting in here? Let me see. And it's like, okay, that's what we've been trying to say.
Right.
You need to be involved in this.
That's right.
I agree.
And part of the challenge, though, that we face, and this is the reason why opt-out policies, I work with someone who worked in the state of Oregon for years where they had opt-out policies for in other parts of the government.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they began to figure out very quickly was this actually disproportionately hits people who are often working two jobs, that are struggling really hard, just trying to take care of the 3 kids when they come home from work. Right. And so when we talk about who the burden is placed on with the opt-out policy, most of those people would be very concerned if they actually knew what their children were being exposed to.
Right.
And so, but this is where it is incumbent upon government. Yeah. It is incumbent upon the school to actually be careful with what they're putting in front of children.
Right.
So.
And really what it is, it's about, is the school going to make the library association, I don't want to say librarians, but it's a bigger group than that. Are they going to make the decisions of what your children say, or to the parents? And this is I just think our school board has come up with a very good, brilliant, quite frankly, way to present this.
Right.
Now, okay, you would like to have as many as possible. Tell me what a Monday night would look like perfectly in your mind.
Well, so Monday night, it would be great if a number of thoughtful, conservative parents would show up who care about their children. And I know generally conservatives are very busy because they're involved in so many different things.
Yeah, sure.
But this is big. We know that there was a lot of involvement early in the year. Then, of course, it takes a long time for things to happen, in a school board like this. And so they have, though, steadily continued to do their job and work and do the research. And this is the big night for the decision. So we need all the people who have been involved in the past to start coming back. This is the one to come back to.
And you were saying you want them all there, but you also like to tell us about the dress code a little bit, why that matters.
Right. So the group that has been encouraging individuals to, allow for sexually explicit books in school libraries. They want all of their people to wear a certain color. So our thought was if we could have a lot of our folk wear red. Okay. Now, obviously, there are a lot of people that are going to come right to the school board meeting from work. So we understand. But if they can wear something red that day, that would be really nice. Okay. And also, we have some placards that we're going to have that we can hand out. So we won't really be speaking or anything. We're just showing up, making a presence, and holding a placard and saying, "I'm. This is what side I stand on." Exactly. It's an encouragement for the school board who have worked really hard to put up with a lot of comments. Yeah. Yeah, to show there's people that are on the conservative side. Yeah. And so we're asking everyone to please come it's at the Story Gym Complex. Okay. And it's on December the 4th. Got it. So now, will you be saying anything? No, I won't. What I would like to do, what I've been encouraging and working with other people is I think it's so much more important when you have a bunch of moms who can say things well with children in the school. And so that's kind of what we're doing. And so very good. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Any other talking points you have for us on, I don't know, in just this particular discussion? Yeah. So one of the things that you'll hear other people say is the books are not present in the library. Oh yeah. And yet we have seen, where some of those are, and that information is on our website at wyomingfamily.org. You can see that's been well recorded by a reporter at Cowboy State Daily News, Claire McFarland. So you can look up multiple cases in the past. And so, and Moms for Liberty has done a great job of trying to point some of those very books out. And so you'll hear some people in the school district say, "Oh, they're not there," and yet we have mothers who will come in and say, "Oh no, at such and such a school, my daughter checked this out, or she was told she was supposed to read it," and all this. So we have individuals who are essentially, I think, trying to cover up the fact that there is an issue. Secondly, the other talking point you'll hear from the other side is that this isn't actually pornographic. Right. You can only come to that conclusion if you redefine what pornography is. Exactly. And so that's where I want people to show up. And, you and I have talked about individuals who have sometimes say a lot of different things. It may not be based in truth, but they're kind of persuasive when they say it. If you actually drill down into the multiple things that they're saying, all of them fall apart very quickly. Yeah. Well, that's why the parents need to be involved. It's like you take it's not pornography. And it's like, well, I don't know what they consider pornography if this. And I actually have interviewed someone that has that worldview. That's like, this is educational and this is important for kids to have access to. Right. And it's like, not my kids and not my grandkids. Right. And thank you very much. But we need to have a different policy that we can't change that person's worldview. Right. Probably ever. But maybe we can change the way this process works. Right. And so I think it's brilliant. And it's one of those things too, Galen, where if they want to make that decision for their family, well, then that's their decision, but they have no right to make the decision for my family. And for everybody. That's right. So good point. Well, I think we'll just land it right there. Yeah. Nathan, and thank you so much for bringing this to the fore. And so this coming Monday, December 4th Story Gym.
At Story Gym, what time?
I believe it's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So make sure to go to the Wyoming Family website.
Yeah.
And do you want us to sign up? Is that what you're saying? You want us to say that, hey, well, I'm planning on being there?
Yeah. So we have a place where you can click and just say you want to be there. We'll make sure that you have one of those little placards that we've put together.
And we're red.
Yes, we're red.
Well, as you guys tune in, thanks so much for being here. And I'll just tell you, this is one of those times we need to make a stand. We need to be strong, very courageous. God bless you guys.